she said, I just had to call somebody and tell them that 6 weeks ago, cancer took my husband. 3 weeks ago, the hurricane took my home. And the only thing I have left is my son, who will be 10 years old tomorrow, and a blessing bucket.
A lot of people don't know everything that you do. So you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started in this and what's going on?
Yeah, we're certainly blessed to be able to do what we do and get the opportunity to. We do four main things. We're a disaster relief ministry. We travel all over the world, and mainly in the U.S., but all over the world after major natural disasters. And we carry semi-loads of product in to be distributed to people who were affected by those. We carry volunteer teams in who cut trees, moves debris, tarps roofs, whatever we can do to help. And then we have a rebuilding team that goes in and actually rebuilds homes or builds new ones for families who have lost everything. And then here locally, we distribute product to other nonprofit agencies, food banks, feeding programs, crisis pregnancy centers, animal shelters, fire departments, rescue squads. You know, the list goes on and on. And that product gets donated to us by other major corporations. And so our volunteer truck drivers, they go out, pick it up, we bring it in, warehouse it, and then redistribute it to those agencies who are helping people right here in Southside Virginia and parts of North Carolina. We're celebrating our 20th year of doing this. And when we first started, we would set up somewhere at a local Kmart or Walmart or wherever and put the word out that we was responding and people would bring supplies. And once we got a trailer filled, we would respond. You know, sometimes that would take a week, and really that need was urgent. The need was much before that. And so now it's evolved to the place that we still have to work very hard at it, but we're able to keep product in our warehouse ready, staged, and ready to go at all times, and so that we can get that product out immediately. And it is cool how things have changed. You know, I remember when we first started in '99, if we could get one or two small trailers of product to an area, we really thought we was accomplishing something, and we were. But now, like following Hurricane Harvey, from September to December, we delivered 200 semi-loads of product into Texas and Florida and Puerto Rico and the places that were affected by all those hurricanes, just as an example. So, well, we are very blessed that we have a company here within 30 miles of us, Sunshine Meals, who donates dog and cat food to us occasionally when they can, and also when we do collections after a disaster, we still have people who bring product, cases of water and boxes of diapers or whatever's needed. A lot of those folks are thinking about the cats and dogs, and they'll bring cat food or dog food. So we are able to ship pallets of product into these areas to be distributed to people to take care of their pets as well. Well, we're constantly looking for volunteers, Jeff. We say we have 500, and we do, but there's lots of work to do and lots of areas. So we're always looking for people who will help, especially here locally. There's opportunities at our warehouse every single day of the week for people to be involved and to help out.
I might say if I'm a volunteer, I feel like I can't drive a big rig and I can't do a forklift, and maybe I can't lift too much either. Is there stuff I can still do?
Absolutely. We have all kinds of folks who are helping out. In fact, Sandra, who just sent the message in, her parents, who are I think in their 80s, come to the warehouse and work, and they come into a room, sit down in chairs and help stuff envelopes. We have a lot of special needs groups even that come and they help assemble pieces of what goes into our blessing buckets, which is a 5-gallon bucket filled with personal hygiene supplies and food items to give to people who have been displaced from their homes. So there's just all kinds of opportunities, from somebody to sweep the floors to mowing the grass to packing pallets to be distributed. There's just a wide range of opportunities for people to serve. And I was at the office one day and the phone rang, And I just happened to be the one to answer it, and there was a lady on the other end that had this real thick Caribbean accent, and I'm like, what is this going to be?
Yeah.
And she told me her name. She said, I just had to call somebody and tell them that 6 weeks ago, cancer took my husband. 3 weeks ago, the hurricane took my home. And the only thing I have left is my son, who will be 10 years old tomorrow, and a blessing bucket.
Wow.
And she said, you just have to know what that bucket means to me. So it's really, really neat to be able to be a part of that. And everybody that volunteers has some part to play in making that difference. One of the most recent rebuilds we did was for a family in eastern North Carolina. A young couple in their mid-20s, 2 very small children, living, I guess, the American dream.
Yeah.
Both of them working hard, paying their bills, trying to make ends meet. Had 25 years or plus mortgage left on the house that they was in. Was insured, but where they was at was not a flood zone. They'd never been flooded before, so they didn't have flood insurance. Which I find a lot of people don't, especially if you don't feel like it's something that's needed. But Hurricane Florence comes in, the water came up so quickly they had to run from their home with the clothes on their back, and when they get back to it, it had 6 foot of water in it. Every bit of their furniture, their clothing, their family portraits and pictures, their kids' toys, everything destroyed and gone. You got a mortgage to pay, so you can't go borrow money to buy another house, or they were just stuck. And we were blessed to get to meet with them and hear their story and completely rebuild their home. But there's 2 things that really I thought was really powerful about that. We do a banquet here every January as a fundraiser for us, and we bring people in that we're helping. And we was in the process of rebuilding their house during the banquet, but we invited them in anyway to be a part of the banquet. And after the banquet, Kimberly, the young lady, she said, can I talk to you and your wife? And forgive me, I get emotional when I think about these things, but we said sure. So we kind of went off to the side, and she just started bawling. And she was like, I said, Kimberly, what's wrong? She said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I said, what do you mean you don't know what to do? She said, I just don't feel like I deserve what you guys are doing for us. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. And I mean, those are the kind of people you really want to help, because you can see that she was humbled by what was being done for her. Which is a powerful thing to get to be a part of. I remember in Houston, Texas, after Hurricane Ike, we went down, was cutting trees and moving debris. And we met a pastor there, and we asked him, said, Pastor, this is your community. Who needs help the most? And he said, well, I've got this couple. This little Vietnamese couple. I'd really love for you to go help them, if you will. I've been trying to witness to them and help them for years, and talk to them about the Lord, and just fantastic people, and I really would like for you to help them. He said after Hurricane Ike came through, I went down as soon as I could to check on them, and said, the little lady said, Pastor Bob, I've been in public service my whole life. I've spent my entire life helping people. Now who's going to help me? And Pastor Bob, he said, I looked her right in the eye and said, my Jesus, that's who's going to help you. And so he said, if you would go help them, we'd appreciate it. And we did. We worked with them. And Pastor Bob came by one day while we was working. And we of course, all of our shirts are red. So it was a big group of red T-shirts there working on their house. And Pastor Bob came by, and I seen him walk up to her and put his arm around her. And he said, I just wanted you to know Jesus is wearing a red T-shirt today. So.
Well, we are grateful for everything you do for our community, and Thank you, and everybody please share this and go to godspitcrew.org and see what you can do to help.